Here I put some gasket dressing and sealant down. I put the spacer on top. I'll put another layer of sealant down. I'm gonna put a washer on top. At the base of the carburetor, I see that there's a little vent hole here. And that little vent hole lines up with one of these indentations that you see right there on the left side on that base gasket. So you want to make sure that you don't have any sealant that's going to potentially plug that up. So I left the sealant around that side free. Don't even think the sealant is actually 100% necessary around here, but I'm going to put some on. The two nuts that tighten the carburetor to the manifold are 9/16 of an inch. The one on the driver's side can go right on, but the one on the passenger side will hit part of the carburetor frame that you see in this region. So what you have to do is actually leave the driver's side nut loose a little bit so you can lift up on the carburetor here and then start the threading of that nut and then lower the carburetor down and then tighten this nut the rest of the way. Next, I tighten this nut on, which is 7/16 of an inch. Tracking it down, it goes down to this. It's down here, so I'm not entirely sure what that does. Next, I connected my gas pedal linkage. It's just a little arm, goes into this bracket in the back of the carburetor, and through those top little holes, place a washer and then a cotter pin. Let me see here. For this, you'll need some needle nose pliers. Here's gas pedal linkage with washer, cotter pin installed. Next was installation of the choke cable. Make sure that your choke knob is pushed all the way in on the inside of the cabin. It's threaded through this opening, and then into this locking apparatus here. And make sure your choke is all the way open when you're doing this. Tighten that one down. Tighten that one down. There's a little bit of a nut behind it that you need to hold. So I decided to use a carburetor end cable. What I did is I looped it around the throttle linkage, came back up through the kind of the end stop, and then I tightened both screws on the sides. A special thanks to Jim from oldautorestorations.com, located in Lititz, Pennsylvania. I sent my single barrel Rochester carburetor to him. He did an excellent job cleaning it, rebuilding it, getting back to working condition for $125. Thank you, Jim.